idea that each one of us is divine and is connected to the divine and shares incredible wisdom. If you just open your ears and open your eyes and really listen, you can find incredible teachings and learnings of very high caliber right in front of you. Welcome to the world of energy, where science meets spirit. Ancient wisdom merges with cutting-edge knowledge, and the possibilities for a healthier, happier you are endless. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another solo episode of Energy Works. Lauren here. And just some topical experiences that I thought I would share with you. You know, as a yoga teacher and a spiritual seeker myself, I see people all the time looking for wisdom, looking for the teachers to follow, and really spending a lot of time going to retreats, taking different courses, studying, reading, all of that, which is wonderful, excellent. And a lot of value can be found in that. I teach a lot of retreats. I've written a lot of books. So I've gone to a lot of retreats seeking wisdom and guidance from teachers who I consider to be wiser than me. And that's all really well and good. But what I feel like is often we overlook the wisdom that is right in front of us. The idea that each one of us is divine and is connected to the divine and shares incredible wisdom. If you just open your ears and open your eyes and really listen, you can find incredible teachings and learnings of very high caliber right in front of you. So I went this afternoon to look at some flooring because I have to replace a piece of flooring in the kitchen. And so I went to our local lumber store, and I really like buying things locally. They use everything. So all the trees, and I've actually sold a couple of trees that I had to take down to the same company. They have a really good ethical standard. And they use all the parts of the tree, so all of the wood has, knots and stuff. I mean, you can get higher levels of quality that doesn't have those knots, but I kind of like the real woody looking wood. So we walked into the store, and the woman behind the desk just starts asking a couple of questions. Easy, simple, what are you looking for? How much are you looking for? What's your goal? And then she sent us to the back where these panels of flooring are hung out so we could see them. And so we're looking through and we're flipping through, and then she gives us some time, and then she comes over and asks some more questions. And they were sort of not the questions that I would have thought somebody would ask about someone looking for flooring. She asks, are you artistic? Do you change seasonally your space that you're in? And then there was this one piece of wood that I was looking at that I really liked a lot that was a blue pine. So it had a lot of blues in it, and it was very grainy and it was very alive looking, which I really liked. And I'm looking at just one, maybe it's the size of a door, this one size panel. And so she starts to say, you have to look at this not for the honeymoon, but for a long relationship. She says, a lot of people come in here and they see something they like and they buy it in the first blush. But then they take it home and they put it in and they have to live with it forever. And they don't end up loving what they thought they loved before. And she just went on talking about how when she's trying to make a decision, she'll take the thing. In this case, she's like, I'm going to send you home with a little chunk of this wood. And she said, and I want you to do two things with it. The first is put it right by your coffee maker. I didn't tell her I don't really drink a lot of coffee, but I got her point. She said, put it by the place that you come to in the morning before you are fully ready for the, for the outside world, ready for prime time. And see how you feel when you're in your least, or I guess really when you're in your most vulnerable, least performative place, and see if you like it then. And then the next thing she said is, I put it inside my door. She said, I have a skylight next to the door. And when I come home after a long day of life, work, errands, whatever she's doing, she says, I always take a pause outside the door. And I think, how do I want to bring myself into my home to see my husband, who I haven't seen all day? Might have had some challenges at work. She had spoken about driving slow because of all the deer on the road, but having people like tailgating her because they're in this massive hurry, and how that just makes her steam. And she said, I don't want to bring that into my home. I don't want to bring that energy. I don't want to bring that anger is the word she used, into seeing my husband, who I haven't seen since the morning. And she says, I always take a pause there outside and let go of what I need to let go of before I walk in the house. And that is also for me a really good place to put something that I need to make a decision about, because I'm at my weakest. That's the word she used. I'm at my weakest here. I still have the whole day bundled up in me. I haven't gotten into my house yet where I can relax and let everything go. I'm literally standing on the threshold. And so I like to look in and see, what is my thought about that decision in that moment? It was such a beautiful teaching. There's so many teachings within that. Not wanting to bring in the annoyances of her day into her home life. Being really clear about moments of making decisions, important long-term decisions, when you're feeling not your strongest and your most buoyant and your most excited, but when you're really sort of dragging and just feeling kind of wrung out, and looking at your decision then and seeing if it still is the same decision that you would make when you are feeling the other way, feeling excited and joyful and engaged and all of that. Is it the same decision? And spending time with this woman in this store, I mean, I spent a long time in that store, much longer. I thought I was going to go look at some samples and take them home and see what I thought. But what it really made me think of is, here is this woman sharing this wisdom in her everyday job. And how often do we overlook the wisdom that is just right in front of us? The people that are sharing their life stories, their strengths, their, do I say, hacks for living a good life. We don't have to go far to find people that have experience to share with us. We just have to open our eyes and open our ears and pay attention. The person bagging your groceries, the teller at the bank, the woman behind the desk ringing up your new purchase, whatever that may be. I've had experiences where I'm calling customer service and I think I'm working on one problem, like a computer glitch or a glitch in my phone bill or something like that. And I end up walking away with a completely different outlook on life. Most people that you meet, I shouldn't say it like that. Most people that I have met in my life are kind, are generous, are open, and really just want to help. I was actually in another store the other day. I had to get a new cell phone and I got one and I couldn't really fully set it up. And so I went to the cell phone store and this young gentleman stepped around to help me. And he did all of this stuff for me, just taking care of what I had to do. He didn't charge me for anything. He didn't make me buy anything. He did this huge upgrade for me on my phone, which was not working at all. He got it working and smooth and elegant and in quick time. And I was so grateful. And I was just, thank you so much for doing that. I'm just so appreciative of you. And he said, I'm just grateful that I can make one thing in your life easier today. Wow, that was so beautiful. And then he was on his way to go help his mom, who had just had a shoulder surgery, and he was going to help her go grocery shopping and wheel the cart because she couldn't push the cart yet. And I just thought, this is my community. These are the people who make up the world around me. I'd never met him before. I had never met the woman in the wood store before. And yet these people are here living their lives and sharing their wisdom and their generosity. And it makes me want to be a better person too. I want to open my ears and open my eyes and see the divine in every person I encounter, in every creature I encounter, in every tree and every flower. So I wanted to just share that with you today, and hopefully you can experience some of that next time you're out in the world. Just tune in a little bit deeper and notice if somebody's about to drop some mad wisdom on you. And if they are, open up and receive it. You don't need to go to some big fancy retreat to learn how to be a person in this world. Just look around you, and as Mr. Rogers always said, find the helpers. Find the helpers. And then be the helpers. Be someone who helps. Okay, I hope this has helped you bring a smile to your face, and maybe drop in the comments if you've had an experience like that, someone that you just met randomly that just wowed you with a piece of insight or wisdom or a new idea, or just was so caring and loving and helpful above and beyond. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for listening to mine. We'll see you next time.
Alrighty, Energy fans, that's a wrap on another positively charged episode of Energy Works. Lauren, this is the part where we get to use our energy puns.
It's been electrifying, hasn't it, Flame? We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
If you're feeling amped up and you want to keep your energy flowing, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform.
And we'd love to hear from you, so please take a moment to leave us a review. Your feedback helps us continue to deliver content that resonates, so light up our inbox.
And spark a conversation with your friends to tell them about us. And we'll see you next time on Energy Works.